Good morning and welcome to your Monday morning, early morning intuitive guidance. I'm Dr. Bonnie Nussbaum, and I am here with some words of wisdom to get us all thinking in a particular mindset and making some changes to our behavior according to that mindset. So, a couple of nice deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. Bringing yourself into the present moment, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Just settling in to right here, right now. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. Good morning, Abigail. Glad you are here. Just breathing deeply and easily, coming right into the present moment. Good morning to whomever else has popped on. I see that we're at 2. Oh, now we're at 4. Good morning, Beth. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Cindy. Welcome. Glad you're all rolling in here, my tribe of practical rebels. So, good to see you all today. See you. And we have a lovely card for today again, which I think coming at the beginning of the week, this is an interesting card. So we'll see what all of you think of it. But we have a card from the Denise Lynn Soul Coaching deck. Good morning, Gwen. Glad you are here. What your soul wants you to know. What your soul wants you to know. So our card for today is Breakthrough. Good morning, Lucy. Welcome. Breakthrough. And you see her kind of coming out of a tunnel of darkness into the light. Pretty cool, huh? Good morning, Judy. Welcome. Glad you are here. Everybody popping on. Get their day off to a good start. Breakthrough, breakthrough. All right, so another nice deep breath. Let it go. And just listen for the words in here that are meant to resonate for you today. Okay? Breakthrough. Card meaning, you're at the precipice of a huge positive breakthrough. Everything that you've been doing for the past few years has been preparing you for this time. An immense self-realization is on the way. So I had a thought as I was doing my meditation this morning and stopped meditating to write it down real quick so I wouldn't lose it. And now I'm going to go back after we're done here and journal some more on it because it was another one of those ahas. That's probably like the 5th big aha in the last several months. So you can feel that energy turning toward the introspection paying off. Big changes, big openings, etc. An immense self-realization is on its way. Something for which you've waited a long time is about to come to fruition. Your soul wants you to know. Fruit drops from the tree when it's ripe. Flowers open to the day when the sun rises. And a bird's egg cracks open when it's time. Everything that you've been doing has prepared you for the coming breakthrough. Even if you weren't quite sure how they fit in. Sometimes there'd be things I would do. I'd take a class, I'd watch a webinar, I'd read a particular book, and I'd think to myself, I wonder why this, why now? And it didn't really seem to fit in with anything that was going on in that moment. But down the line away, it was like, oh, now I get why. So one of them that pops into my head was when I was an undergrad, I was in the psychology program. I had this really strong push to take a nursing class in anatomy and physiology. It was a 5-credit lab class. And I'm like, why am I taking this? I don't need to take this for my major, whatever. But I just knew I needed to take it. Well, in terms of neuropsychology, etc., all of that physiology stuff was so important to know. And a lot of other things were so important to know. Like they talked about brain chemicals and we got to work in the cadaver lab. Very interesting. I learned my favorite muscle is brachioradialis. All kinds of stuff that someday might be useful. But really it was very useful. Did not know why I was taking that class, but I took it anyway. Let's see. Where are we here? Quit standing on the cliff wondering what you should do. I'm going to say that again. Listen with the intuitive part of your ear. Quit standing on the cliff wondering what you should do. Just jump off, spread your arms, and you shall fly. And I know that you're all going to say, but Bonnie, it's not that easy. Leap? Really? Are you kidding me? Sometimes, yes, leap. Don't think too much. Again, that was one of my mantras often. When I was on my way to do something I didn't really want to do, or I was at risk for talking myself out of it, I would sit in the car and I'd drive and I'd just repeat over and over and over, don't think, just do it. Don't think, just do it. Don't think, just do it. I did all manner of things on the tail end of that little admonition. Don't think, just do it. Because oftentimes when we trust our intuition, we go where we're meant to go, all right? And yes, our cognitive mind can talk us out of that stuff. We need to learn not to listen so much. It's not life as usual anymore. Your patience is going to pay off. Old limitations and inner blockages are dropping away. Good morning, Mel. Glad you are here. Usually, the thing that keeps you from moving forward is fear. This is truly the time to feel the fear and do it anyway. The affirmation is, I soar into limitless love, light, and joy. I soar into limitless love, light, and joy. So I want to go back to that part about truly the time to feel the fear and do it anyway. If we're going to accept the breakthroughs that are being offered to us, thank you, Cindy, for posting that. If we're going to show up for these breakthroughs that are waiting right on this other side of this thin, thin veil, we need to be able to move past the fear, through the fear, feel the fear and do it anyway, okay? So how do you do that? My biggest advice would be acknowledge that the fear is there and then stop dwelling on it. Hand it over to God. Okay, God, here's my fear. You hold it. I gotta do this thing. Kind of like, hold my beer, watch this. Let go of the fear. Hand it off. And don't think too much. Because again, if you think, you're going to talk yourself out of whatever this thing is. So I'll give you one that a friend of mine currently just did. She's creating an intentional community in Nova Scotia. They just put a bid in that was accepted, and I think the property was $1.5 million. That's a chunk of change. I'm sure she was terrified, absolutely terrified. Don't think too much, just do it. If it feels right in your heart and soul, do it. So she did. And now we'll see how that unfolds. Are they going to hit some difficulties? Certainly. We all are, right? But if we keep wasting our time trying to think about all the difficulties we could potentially hit and solve them all, glad to hear it, good, solve them all beforehand, we're never going to get anything accomplished. Sometimes we just have to forge ahead, and it may look messy, but forge ahead and do something. That is actually one of the reasons why it takes so long for a lot of people to do anything. They're so busy trying to work it all through in their head, have every single duck in a row. And again, there was I wish I could remember her name, and I wish I could find the CD. It was CD era. I'm not even sure I have anything that plays CDs anymore. My car. I could listen to it in my car. It was a Success Magazine interview with a woman who was a software developer and had many different businesses. But she lamented, good morning, Diane, glad you are here. She lamented the loss of one of her businesses, and she made it clear that the reason that business did not succeed was because she hesitated too much. She waited too long to launch things. She said, in software, you put it out there with the bugs in it, you allow people to use it, they go, hey, this doesn't work because of X, you fix the bug. That's a whole different way of operating compared to how most of us have been taught, right? It's kind of like handing in your paper to the teacher before you have all the T's crossed and I's dotted. Good morning, Pat, welcome. And expecting them to do all of the editing for you. Some teachers do it that way. Turn in your rough draft, I'll edit. Others want the polished product at the end. Most of us have been trained, at my age, most of us have been trained polished product, So how do we get to the point where it's good enough and we launch it? It's good enough. We've thought it through enough. not thought it to death, and we take the step. We take that leap. We really need to open the door. These breakthroughs are knocking. They're ready for us. Are we ready for them? And ready does not mean all of the ducks in a row. It does not mean that, because trying to keep ducks in a row ain't that easy, right? So it's, okay, I got enough ducks gathered. I see some more ducks out there. They're coming this way. Good enough. Go. Do it. Do it. So if you would like some support on something of that ilk, put it in the feed. Put it in the feed. I'm trying to get myself to send my book proposal to a publisher. I'm trying to get myself to ask my boss for a raise. I'm trying to get myself to ask this particular person if they want to go out to lunch. I'm trying to get myself to make a change in how I'm eating. Whatever it is. If you want some support from the rest of us, put it in the feed. You can put as much information or as little information as you want. All right? So I have one of those that I'm going to be doing today. I'm going to be sending off an email following up on something that someone has not followed through on, and to just kind of knocking on the door. Hey, I'm still here. I'm waiting. So breakthroughs. Holding big space for breakthroughs. I want you to think back on your life. What have been some of the breakthroughs? And isn't it often that those breakthroughs show up messy? They show up messy. It is not a nice, tidy little package that someone rings the doorbell and leaves it there. No, it's the burning bag of dog shit that's left on your doorstep. Those can be the breakthroughs. Those can be the opportunities, okay? So stop looking for a nice, neat little package. Start looking for the door, the window, the tunnel that opens up, and you can see some light. Aim for the light, all right? Have an awesome Monday. Really make the most of this Monday. Be present, be invested. Yep, there's some stuff rubbing through. Great. I'll answer when I go in to boost this and move it on to all the other platforms. So have an awesome day. Remember, you are capable of far more than you think you are, including stepping into the breakthroughs. Bye-bye.